breakthrough is upon us. And the energies of this world, they're very tough. And it's going to take everything you got. Everything, every last drop, every last bit of energy, everything that you're able to do. It's going to take everything that's required from you. It's good to see everyone. Is the chat working? Let us know if you're on the live chat. It's been a very pivotal time, and what we're experiencing are a bunch of ships, and the ships, they need to come in, but the energies are so dense that these ships can't come in, and the ships have all the cargo on it. And, you know, literally as I'm making this live stream right now, I'm trying to get this live stream started. And all of a sudden, there's so much distractions. You know, I was trying to be outside today, and just like I'm trying to start my live stream, and I can't get the live stream started because magically, you know, the lawn has to be done, right? All the blowers, all the noise, all the distractions. But we have to learn that through this time, this is all done by a design. You are going to have to dig deep. You are going to have to utilize every single one of your gifts. Everything that you got is required. Everything you got is required. It's just the way of the world right now. There's so many things trying to hold you back. There are so many things that are trying to hold our people back. And, you know, sometimes God, even though it's very frustrating to me, God gives me the real life example to deliver the message. and you know, I was sitting outside, so beautiful, and you know, there was just so much pressure. And sometimes we're going to have to navigate, right? Because maybe we can't go one way, but maybe we're going to have to back up. We're going to have to back up and go a different direction. And by doing so, and by taking the longest road, which I've shared a long time ago, we are on the longest road to greatness. So when we have a plan, we try to move forward with that plan. Sometimes we're going to have to back up and go a different route. So I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Could you kindly hit the like button? I'm so grateful for that. It helps others find this message. This is the event breakthrough. And when we realize that we have many unique gifts, many unique abilities, everything that we've got is required for this time. Everything you got. Appreciate everyone in the chat right now. What a wild time it is. What a wild time. When you think about this, so I want to utilize the obstruction. And, you know, I had my notes ready for the live stream, and as I'm coming on, right, I'm literally witnessing this. I could hear it outside. It's still going on. It's still going on. So you might experience this. You're about to start off something. You're about to hit the ground running. You're so motivated. I was so motivated to get this live stream started. And then all of a sudden, the Matrix is going to send you something that's going to basically block it from getting started. An obstruction, right? I couldn't get that live stream started. I had an obstruction. And now I'm going to have to think on my toes, and I'm going to have to navigate. I'm going to have to back up and do something different. There's an obstruction, and ships with cargo materials are trying to get through. And you got all these ships with all this different cargo, all this different material, and the ships can't get through. So when we discuss everything that you got is required, you have to think of the micro and the macrocosm. You have to think about yourself, and you're going to have to think about the world. You're going to have to think about society as a whole. Look at all these giant ships, and all these ships have all these materials so that builders can build, right? So that product can be delivered. But they can't get through. There's an obstruction. Materials can't get through. These things can't get worked on. It's not the right time. And sometimes we have to hold off until the obstruction is cleared. These ships can't come through with all that cargo. So once that obstruction has been removed, now all these ships can start coming through. Now all of the cargo, now all the materials can be worked on. So many great things can be built. You might be working on different things. You're building new things. But when you first set off, and I've seen this, it comes in waves. Every time you're about to level up, an obstacle comes your way. But I told you a long time ago, the obstacle is the way. The obstacle is the way. You could write it down. The obstacle is the way. There's the targets in the chat. There's the targets. I appreciate you all. Appreciate you. So right now, say, we know we're about to break through. And once that obstruction is moved out of the way and Almighty God is removing the obstacle for all of our people, once that obstruction is gone, now all of a sudden everything starts flowing. Oh yeah, it's flowing so fast. And now the production, right? And the more that we see this, it's like a bottleneck right now, right? So it's a bottleneck, and all of a sudden there's a breakthrough, and there's a gusher, and everything starts. It's unbelievable. Oh wow, I can't believe it. So that's where we're at. So what do you do in the meantime? You have to hold off. So you have to do certain things. Right? Like even on my journey, like I'm constantly writing things down. I can't get to this right now because it's not the right time. God tells me when it's the right time. And I know it's not the right time. It's really important not for you not to jump the gun. You don't get a full start, right? So you have to know what to do, right? So there's many things I write down. There are things that I filmed and I don't post. And you have to do, what are you in control of, right? And one of the things is working on your physical wellness in every aspect. I talk about my gym adventures, right? And you might not say go to a gym, lift the heavy weights. I don't lift super heavy weight. I talk about moderation. I do one exercise that's very heavy and the rest of it's just moderate weight, okay? Because it's about, you have to be in top physical shape right now. Why is that, Uncle Mike? Because this is your vessel, this is your avatar, and you're going to use this to navigate the world. And you need to be running like a well-oiled machine, because a lot of you know it's a dangerous world out there. And if you go to certain places and you're not feeling so well, when you go to those certain places, it can make you even more unwell, right? Hit the like button if you're resonating with that. Because there's a lot of people, especially the fake people in spiritual communities. Do you know about these people? Right? And they might gaslight you because you are working on yourself, right? And I've seen this. This ain't my first rodeo. I sit back, I watch, I process, I let it marinate, and then I come back. And, there is no differentiation. That's why on this channel, and we're going to have certain things for us to write down, so don't go anywhere. It's a very powerful episode today. You have to work in all three phases in life for your breakthrough right now. We're moving to a brand new world. You're going to have to work in all three phases to get to where we're headed. You can't be one-dimensional any longer. So when you think about this, and I had this conversation with a friend of mine in the gym, you're going to have to do everything yourself. And when you start taking ownership, we were having discussion in the gym, and it was more about like financial stuff. And in the past, like I was just a science teacher, and that was my main thing, and it's still my main thing. But what I need to do, right, and this was a very important conversation, and everyone needs to hear this. What I need to do, what you need to do, we don't have to, not everything is going to be our forte, but I have to learn about certain, financial things so that some financial advisor guy person doesn't take advantage of me. That's what's been going on. Do you know this going on in the world? You have to start making your own decisions. You have to be accountable for your own movements. So we have to learn certain things, and we have to, instead of giving our power away, go to this financial advisor that probably doesn't know anything about your setup. They're trying to get, a little cut off of the money, right? Go to this doctor, right? And they're going to prescribe you something that they're probably getting a little stipend off of, right? Start waking up. Some of these people, they don't actually care about you. Who cares about you the most? Yourself and God, and that's it. When you find that place, Light Warriors, when you find that place, when you say, you know what, I'm taking ownership, hit the like button if this resonates with you. We got to start taking ownership of things. We have to start moving on the fly, as I did in this tremendous live stream today. The breakthrough, the power of breakthrough is upon us right now. The power of breakthrough is upon us right now. But you have to move that obstruction. So now all of your gifts, there's tremendous gifts on those boats. They're trying to get through, but there's a bottleneck and it can't get through. And now all these things are starting to move like never before. We have to go on journeys. Let's go on a journey. Yeah. Your daily journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of twists and turns, right? You never know what's gonna happen next, right? Let's go on an adventure with Uncle Mike, right? Because see, what I've shared many times, and a lot of you know this, I'm a man of principle, baby. Yeah, I'm a man. Are you a man of principle? Are you a woman of principle? Let us know in the comments. And that's what differentiates us versus other people, right? You might be the Sigma archetype, is something that we discussed. And being a Sigma archetype, that triggers people. Nice. Quiet. Peaceful. I love it when it's peaceful and quiet, right? Yeah. It was not like this before. Sometimes the storm, oh yeah, there's a storm out there. There's a storm. Now I can sit on my throne. Yeah, you like this, right? And I left my cup of joe out here. Cheers to everyone. I got it done, Light Warriors, see? I wanted to be out here with the peaceful palm. I just want peace. So you're getting this message right now, and you're a person, and you said to you know what? I just wanted peace in my life, and you weren't allowed to have peace. Does that resonate with you? Let me just sip on this in the meantime. Taking the nature. Like that noise, I don't care. I don't care when nature makes the noise. It's all part of our journey. A journey is not perfect. It's not perfect. A journey has twists and turns, right? So sometimes we think, I'm going to go on a trip, right? A trip is planned. A, B, C, right? A journey has twists and turns, and we're going on that journey. We're going on that journey together. It's like never before. You are seeing things happen like never before, and when you realize that some people are manifesting faster, like I'm manifesting faster than ever before. However, pay attention to the message. You're manifesting things faster than ever before, but you got to be real careful, because you could also manifest things that aren't so great. You know, maybe I manifested the noise so that I could create this whole live stream, right? So it is part of our journey. So you have to know this. You got a piece of paper and a pen? Let me know. I'm going to do a notebook check. Our people, it's time. You're getting this message right now, right? You're taking ownership of your everyday life. This breakthrough happens when you embody the next version. We're all embodying the next version of humanity. We are driven by purpose. Your body is sculpted by discipline. You are educated by life, not institutions. And you are creating value, not consuming it. It's so important right now. You are driven by purpose. Beyond motivated, driven. I told you that. I have purpose, right? You have determination, right? I had this envision, right? I wanted to bring this here. I'm determined to get out here, right? But I had to get started, right? So you're gonna be driven, and you're gonna be driven by your purpose. And it's not even gonna be work, it's gonna be vocation. Once again, it's not gonna be work, it's gonna be vocation. And you're driven to wake up. You're gonna wake up every single day. You're gonna wake up every single day, and you're gonna say to yourself, wow, I'm so excited to do this. Your body is sculpted by discipline. When you are disciplined, when you take ownership, your body needs to run. It's not like, oh, I kind of think so. Because a lot of you are witnessing this right now. Your body needs to run like a well-oiled machine. And everything is connected. The signal to source, the signal through all of your trillions of cells, 1.4 volts, trillions of volts of electricity. You're like a power plant, Light Warrior. We have to be disciplined. And I see this a lot. Sometimes you see people and they live in the ego. I can see them in the gym. And they're not actually disciplined. You know, some people, they might be, oh, I look so great. Oh, I could eat this. Oh, I could take these things that aren't really good for my body. And then eventually you start wearing down. You got to be disciplined right now. You are educated by life, not institutions. Our everyday lives is our greatest teacher. Yeah. Everyone write that in the comments section. Our everyday lives is our greatest teacher. It's true. Because on my journey, God had to give me situations that I needed to break down to a fine powder. And the truth cannot be told. It can only be realized, kid. I had to realize these things for myself. You know, I saw a post that's rising in our Facebook. You know, it's beautiful connecting with all of you on Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook. Link is in the description. And, you know, it said like how so many people, you know, they just think they are a guru at something. But as the time moves forward, authenticity is going to rise to the top. And there's going to be a great shift that's happening right now. Are you already witnessing it? Let me know. And we are creating value, not consuming it. Everything you do should create value. I've shared this a long time ago. This is how so you have to know how to live life now. And I give you basic things, right? And this is why I constantly grow. This is why we constantly grow. Everything I touch, I leave better than how I found it. If I live my life that way, if you live your life that way, it's unbelievable the change. See, a lot of the problems in the world is people don't want to take accountability. People are very, what's the word, narcissistic. People are like parasites. We'll call them the parasite people. Yeah, the parasite people. And there's a crystal clear difference. There's a crystal clear difference. People that steal your energy and people that create value to your everyday life. You know, like there are certain things that you could watch. And I've seen this over the course of my journey. People, places, and things. Yeah. People, places, and things, baby. You got to get back to the basics here. Hit the like button if you're just joining in this tremendous live stream. We made it. We made it, kid. We made it. People, places, and things. They either create value or they take. They consume. Reap and consume. Hey, you're reaping and consuming. Creating value or just looking for attention. Got to wake up to these things. And a lot of us knew this over time. There are individuals in this world, they feast off of your attention. That's their life force energy. You know, and there's all different terms. Like some people talk about the energy vampire. You think this is not a real thing? You better wake up, kid. You better wake up. It is a real thing. And the only way, right, you got to listen real close. Listen up close. The only way, you got to listen to your body, because your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. You can't listen to the words anymore. There are a lot of people out there, and they could sound real smart. They're going to be real prestigious. They're going to be real prestigious the way that they talk. But you're going to have to go back to the basics. Your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. You need that truth. And you have to listen, and sometimes you gotta, hey, listen, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Some of us need the medicine. We all go through it. But it's okay. Once you burst through, once you break through, once that obstruction is, because sometimes that is the obstruction. On my journey, that's why all I do, if I'm sharing something, I share it from firsthand experience, and that means I did it. Let's start taking accountability, people. The obstruction could be a person in your life. The obstruction could be a mindset that you have. The obstruction could be a daily activity that you have. In this world, and what we're doing right now is restoring balance. Like your life should not be work, work, work. There should be balance. However, there's a time for this and a time for that. Like there was a time where in a certain aspect of my life, in order for me to break through, I needed to focus all of my energy for a specific, a period of time. It is not a do forever thing. There was a time, right, and I shared, I know there's always new people on the channel, and I talk about my physical wellness. There was a time period I went to the gym 150 consecutive days. 150, kid. Get your game up. But that wasn't a do forever thing. There was a time period, right, where I really had to change my body. I really had to tap into autophagy. There's a time for this and a time for that. There's a time where you have to sit in silence. There's a time you have to sit there nice and quiet. But that doesn't mean that you isolate from people. And this is the dementedness. Hit the like button if I'm speaking the truth. Right? In the last few years, there's a dementedness. We are social beings. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to be physically touching. We're supposed to be in communication. Not behind a glass, not wearing a mask. Wake up, kid. But everyone has free will. Some people want to go to the old worth. You could go back, and some people are moving forward. We're getting back to the organics. And that aspect is such a real thing. You know, I talk about grounding every single day. Get out in nature. Got to ground, baby. Got to ground. Get my bare foot on the sand. Floating in the salt water. I know not everyone's by the beach, but whatever it is, if you're up on a mountain, if you're in the park, you got to get back to the basics. Climb a tree. You saw the sacred tree. I went to the sacred tree the other day. Videos on the channel page. You have to start getting back to the basics. Get your feet dirty. Get your hands dirty. That's what this is about. Stop living in fear, because you are controlled with fear. And like people are just trying to like hold on to their life, right? The only thing you're taking with you is the legacy, what you actually accomplished in this life into the Akashic records. That's the absolute only thing that you got. Because any person in this world could do a 180 and turn on you at any time. I've shared this a long time ago. You enter this world alone and you leave this world alone. So the most important relationship you have is the one you have with yourself. There are too many people that don't know thyself. There are too many people that don't love thyself. Malishka Guzman, I appreciate you, Malishka. Thank you so much for that. Very grateful. Happy days are here. Happy days. Happy days. So that's where we are. That's where we are. And we have to break through. It is going to take everything that you got. Everything you have is required. I am the epitome of that. Okay, this journey has not been easy. You might be getting this message and you could say, you know what? I'm in alignment with, and all of a sudden I'm under heavy attacks, heavy obstacles. That's why God wants you to be, right? This is test. This is a test, son. God wants you to perform at your finest. One of the first videos I ever did. Sometimes in inopportune conditions, you need to perform at your finest. The will beats the skill. I'm still going, kid. The will beats the skill, right? 1,000 people in the comments. The will beats the skill. It's such an important time period. There's such an important shift that's happening. We have to achieve balance. We have to get into alignment. And once we achieve balance and alignment, then all of a sudden, you're going to be living on a brand new timeline on the brand new earth. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. If you're new, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey and I make it relatable to everyday life people. So if you're having a spiritual awakening, if you're going on the ascension journey, why don't you hit the subscribe button? I appreciate that. We do daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And I put a big light on myself. I'm an everyday life kind of guy. I go about my journey, and what we're tapping into, this is going to be the way of the world right now. You don't have to be living off the land in a loincloth. You could be an everyday life man or woman, and you could take the ascension journey. You can have a spiritual awakening. And we have to be in balance. We have to be in alignment. You could have your head in the clouds, but you got to have your feet on the ground. Perfectly balanced. That's what we need. Perfectly balanced divine masculine and divine feminine. We have a lot to do on this channel. We have a lot to do with our community. If you could do something that nobody else can do, would you do it? It's time to be the voice for the voiceless. And our everyday lives is the voice for the voiceless. You might be getting this message and you say, oh, no one understands me, or I don't have a voice. We're opening up a voice for the voiceless ones that are out there. Now you have a voice. Now you have a family. We are the best there is. And as Scott Hall said a long time ago, we are taking over. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let us know in the comments, what are you going to do to break through, right? So in science, we talk about activational energy. There is going to be a time, a moment, and you want to amplify current energies. We know the current energies is so strong right now. What are you going to do? That catalyst moment that you create, that quantum event that you create, All these videos are on the channel page. Check out the channel page. I appreciate you. Check it out. Stay focused. We have a lot coming out to the people. Come back tonight. Come back tomorrow rising, 9 a.m. Eastern time, every single day, a new video to help you improve your everyday life in all three phases, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You wanted a spiritual warrior. You got it, kid. I am the defender of our everyday lives. The voice for the voiceless. No matter what comes your way, Light Warriors. Every single day. Every single day. Just keep going. That's it, baby. I love you all. We have TikTok, Facebook, Patreon, new posts on all the other platforms. The links are in the description. Why don't you share the shift out of this video? Yeah, we're gonna cause a movement like never before, and it is because of each and every one of you. Power to the people, kid. I love you all. See you later. Bye for now.